What's up everybody? Welcome to a new video, new car, new cam kit. As you can see here, HSV GTO, really nice car. LS2, 4L65, beautiful car, sunroof, really nice car. So, doing complete cam kit, everything, heads, CNC heads, trans cooler, converter, the whole berries. It's already got an X-Force catback. We're just doing new pipes, plus OTR and everything else. So, full berries, full thing. Now, first thing we did was the owner bought the kit from X-Force, this is a catback, but the tips that it came with from X-Force, he hated them. So he ended up getting these VE tips from X-Force, which he just had in the boot, but because they're VE tips, they weren't to suit this exhaust. The tips were way too long. They were the wrong offset. They didn't sit right in the bar. Rex had to completely fabricate these tips onto this catback system to get them to sit where they are, which he did an awesome job. These are actually, VEVF tips, dual tips, had to be completely fabricated in there, which was actually a lot harder than you'd think to get it even and right. So it took a little while, but once we got that done and we knew it wasn't going to melt the bar, we could get on with our pre-runs. So we've done our pre-runs. I'll chuck them in here. So you can see this so friggin' even, is really good. And when we get it up on the hoist, I'll actually show you the difference between the left and right pipes, because obviously back in VZ and not a lot of them were dual exits. So I don't know what it is, but it doesn't look like the fit up on this system's very good. And it's probably just because it's really one off. But anyway, moving on, our pre-runs. This thing did really well. As far as what looks and appears to be a completely stock tune. Not only does this thing make a really healthy amount of power, but it's actually not a bad tune, which, as you guys have seen on this channel, some of these stock tunes we've run up have been absolutely shocking, dangerous even. But yeah, this thing is actually really quite good. So we're pleasantly surprised by that. As you can see there, 345 at the wheels is what we're starting with. Pretty keen to see what we can get out of this thing with our complete kit. But anyway, we'll skip through this video and get it done. Righto, boys and girls, Bo's been smacking along. He's got the engine out of the GTO, already pulled the heads off and cleaned up all the valves and sent them off to NextGen to get CNC ported. So going full CNC 243s on this 6 litre. Bo has degreed in new cam for the big LS2. So this is getting the Crow Cams 1212 grind, which let you guys know is our new just absolute go-to for Cathedral Port LSs. It's an unreal cam for these Cathedral Port heads. 6 litre with these CNC ports. We're really looking forward to seeing what this thing does. So 1212 with the dual row, full OSP Warehouse level 2 kit going through this thing. So for anyone who doesn't already know, the ProCams 1212 is on their new fat lobe load profile, which gives you a lot more lift between peaks. And the specs are 229, 232 on a 112 LSA. Nice little tight lobe, pretty close to even split, and just a really good cam for Cathedral Port heads. So this is the cam that went in my WK Statesman with 799 stock port heads, and LS1 with a 4L60. It went 404 at the wheels, which is a lot of power for a stock port 799 headed LS1, stock what I meant. So really good cam. We've been really happy with it. This is the first time we've put it on in a 6 litre though, so really looking forward to this thing. Got our heads back from Tremaniac from NextGen. CNC'd 243s. They fixed the exhaust bolt that was a problem, the one that was leaking, and Bo's just been doing all our install heights, getting all of the springs set, getting them together, and they go on our big bad LS2, and they go back in the big bad GTO, so yeehaw. Just under 64cc for our chamber size. Not bad. So Bo's finished her all off. All ready to go back into the GTO. We are just waiting on another car on the hoist, and the GTO will be coming inside. Hopefully this afternoon we can start getting the big girl back together and see what we can do with it. Righto, engine's going in. We've got a new converter in there, 3200 red diamond. Bo's mounted our new transcooler up front here. So quite a bit of fab work going into fitting our new headers to the existing X-Force catback. It was just like close enough, but far enough away that it just was like almost the worst combination. It almost would have been easier if they were further away from fitting. But anyway, Rex and Bo have been doing this today. It's taken a fair bit longer than we first thought, and that's just custom fab for you. To be honest, you should probably start thinking anything custom fab takes twice as long. Anyway, it is what it is. So, unfortunately opened a box, an order that I made with one of our suppliers, which was meant to be a whole heap of ARP flex plate and converter bolts for LSs. Unfortunately, literally the whole order was wrong. Everything in the order was literally wrong, the wrong ones. So we got a heap of Imperial Chev converter bolts instead of metric LS ones. So at the moment, what's holding us up with this thing is waiting for converter bolts. So hopefully they're here today. I'm about to go and check. Rightio guys, so we just had the GTO leave. The owners were here for, the owner was here for the dyno. He wanted to be here for the dyno day. We ended up at a 413.9 wheel horsepower, so, you know, 414 horsepower at the wheels. Not quite the power we were expecting it to make. We had anticipated that it was going to make a little bit more than that. Me and Rex were talking about it before. I'm pretty convinced that it must be a lot to do with how much more power the 4L60 taxes than a 6L80. Because if you think about doing a L98s for instance, and a VE, Stockport heads and a similar sized cam, obviously a bit different specs to suit different heads, but almost everything else the same, you know, we normally make about 440. And if you look at the flow data between the CNC Porter 243 versus Stockport rectangle, there's not, like there is a bit of difference, but I wouldn't think it'd be so much that it'd get such a little, so much different as far as these results go. Like that 1212 is a really nice little cam to pair with Cathedral ports, and them being CNC, the flow data is quite good. So the only other thing I can really think of as to why we're missing probably around 15 horsepower, I would expect, you know, I sort of really would have liked to see around 430, is the difference in the gearbox, the 6L80 versus the 4L60. So that's sort of, I don't know, I feel like that's maybe where it is. The other thing is obviously, because we go for a little bit tighter lobe, different specs for those heads, we do go for a bit bigger converter. So normally in a 6L80 car, we'd put like a 2800 converter in it, but that car had a 3200 converter in it. So that accounts for a little bit of power as well. So there's a few little things there, but ultimately this car obviously made great gains all over the RPM range. Certainly no slouch, but yeah, we sort of were expecting a little bit more power. This car did make really good power off the bat though. 345 out of a stock car is pretty awesome. But anyway, everyone's happy, so at the end of the day, it's not that big a deal. Just thought I'd chuck that in there, but happy days, 400 plus horsepower in that thing. It sounds freaking wicked. Ended up being a lot of work to fabricate those extractors to meet the exhaust, but it is what it is. But anyway, thanks for watching as always, guys. That's the result, that's the GTO. Happy to have another one out there with our name on it. If you want to head to the shop, go check out our cam kits that we actually offer to the public. You can buy your own cam kit, do your own camming of your SS if you like. We sell kits that include everything you need to do your own cam kits. And if you need help speccing a cam, shoot us an email, we'll help you out. So head to the store, check it out. We'll see you on the next one, guys. Thanks for watching. Smash like, smash subscribe, hit the little bell so you don't miss anything. We'll see you on the next one. Peace out, see you, bye.